you're going to get 5 cruel ways to torture a narcissist. If you want to torture a narcissist, this is really the only video that you need to watch. This is the video that will give you the ultimate tricks and tools that you need to torture a narcissist. Before we get into it, please give this video a thumbs up down below if you like the sound of this. If you want to know finally how you can give them a taste of their own medicine. So let's get into it. A cruel way to torture a narcissist. Talking about giving them a taste of their own medicine. The first way is to gaslight them. Spin them around in circles. Leave them guessing about where you were and who you were with. When they ask you a question, don't give them a direct answer. Don't give them a full, detailed response. Especially if they text you. Just give them a one-word reply. You don't need to explain yourself to them. And this is a very cruel way to torture them. Because as we know, narcissists, they like to have a lot of information on their targets. They like to know everything about you. So just deliberately send them in the wrong direction. Deliberately confuse them in the way that they would do to you. The second cruel way to torture a narcissist is to grey rock them. Act boring. Be dull and uninteresting. Again, just give them one-word responses. Don't give them a detailed answer. Be non-reactive. Don't give them an emotional response. Because remember, that's what they want. They want to get a reaction out of you. That's their narcissistic supply. So cut off the supply. It's a very cruel way to torture them. If you're enjoying this video so far, please do show your support down below by giving it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. And hit the bell icon so that you will receive notifications for my future videos. Now let's get into number 3. The third cruel way for you to torture a narcissist. If you want to torture a narcissist, this is one sure way to do that. Triangulation. Narcissists, they always want to be superior. They have to be the best. So triangulate them with someone who may be more physically attractive. Maybe they have more money. Maybe they're more intelligent. Whatever the narcissist is aspiring to be, triangulate them with someone who is superior in that area. It will drive them insane because they are very egotistical. In their minds, they really believe that they are the best. They think they're the best thing since sliced bread. They think that there is no one who compares to them. So when you triangulate them with someone else, it is a sure way to torture them. Number 4, ghost them. Just cut them off. Don't respond to their texts. Don't answer their phone calls. Give them nothing. It will drive them crazy. Because if you're dealing with a narcissist, they've got to have that control. They've got to know exactly where you are, what you're doing, who you are with. And if they don't have that information, it will leave them to overthink and overanalyze the situation. It will drive them crazy. So yes, another cruel way to torture a narcissist is to ghost them. Number 5, and this is quite a simple way to do it, but it's also very effective, as you may have already experienced. The 5th cruel way to torture a narcissist is to read a book. Just take out one of your favorite books and start reading it. Get your head into it. Be really focused on it. Or if you don't read books, watch a movie, listen to some music. Just do something to preoccupy your mind, because they hate it when you do that. Whenever your time, attention, and focus is not on them, they're not getting supply. And when you cut off that supply, it will torture them. It will drive them crazy. So that's it, the 5th cruel way to torture a narcissist. Read a book. Just do something that you are passionate about. Or watch a movie. Listen to some music. You could even just go out for a jog. Just do anything that is outside of their control. Anything that does not concern them. It will drive them nuts. So those are the 5 cruel ways to torture a narcissist. 1, gaslight them. 2, grey rock. And 3, triangulation. 4, ghosting. And number 5, read a book. If this was helpful to you, you can give it a thumbs up down below to show your support. It's very important. It will really help our community to grow. And you can also hit that subscribe button as well. And click the bell icon so that you will receive the notifications for my future videos. Yeah, that's the 5 cruel ways to torture a narcissist. I mean, it's really all you have to do. Whatever a narcissist is doing to you, whatever they do to their victims, that's always what they are most vulnerable to themselves. Because whatever they're doing to you, it was done to them at one point in time. And that is how they learned it. It hurt them so much that from that point on, they decided that they have to be on the other end of it. They have to be the ones who are doing that to you because it hurt them that much. Yes, they are very vulnerable. They are very sensitive. So anything that they've done to you, you do that to them. If you want to torture them, if you want to be cruel, they can dish it out, but they can't take it. It will drive them insane. Let me know your thoughts down below in the live chat. Have you tried any of these tricks to torture the narcissist? How do they react? Or maybe there's something else that you tried. Share it down below. I will read it out and respond to it. The Truth of Life says, thanks for your video, but I'm victim of paid organized gang stalking. Gang stalking started at Roman City in the Netherlands. Those people are extremely envious to me. Yeah, I mean, you said it yourself. Any kind of group stalking, group harassment. They're bullies, they're very insecure. Yes, they are envious. They have a desire to control because of their insecurities, because of what they lack, what they're deficient in. And yet when they're around you as their target, they tend to project all of that onto you, because they've got all of this emotional baggage that they don't want to deal with. It's much easier to use as a distraction, a coping mechanism, escapism, if they can just unload all of that garbage onto you. Just remember, however a person treats you, it is a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves. Happy people, they're not going to stalk you, they're not going to harass you, they're not going to bother doing any of that. So I hope that helps. The truth of life. And just know that you're not alone. It's something that millions of people around the world go through every day. Millions of people go through group harassment, whether it's kids in school, in the workplace. It happens everywhere around the world. Nancy Cheval, the witch, also says, I'm being gang stalked. They are doing it through my job and other organizations. Yeah, I've heard a lot about this gang stalking. I mean, as I've said before, I've been targeted by gang stalking myself. That's just how it is. I mean, if you are a high value person, you're progressing in your life, you're onto something great. Of course, yes, the people around you are going to begin to notice that. And they will get envious. That's just how it is. You really have to try to distance yourself from them. Separate yourself from those environments. Get as far away from it as you can. Because people like that, they're never going to change. They're always going to be envious. They're always going to be bitter. They're always going to be miserable. And as they say, misery loves company. So they're always going to be on you. Especially if you're not suffering from the misery that they are. They're going to view you as an extension of themselves, and they're going to try to regulate their emotions through you. Anyone else have any responses to this video? Have you tried any of these 5 cruel ways to torture a narcissist? Whether it's the gaslighting, the grey rock, triangulation, ghosting, reading a book, watching a movie, listening to music. Or maybe there's something else that you've tried. Let us know down below. As I said, all you really have to do is just give them a taste of their own medicine. They can dish it out, but they can't take it. whatever they're doing to you, that is what they are most vulnerable to. And it tends to be something that they have learned in the past. It's the same thing with any bully. Whatever they're doing to their victim, that's typically what was done to them. Whether it was by a previous relationship partner, a parent, it could have been anyone. But they learned that at some point in their lives. And it was very effective on them. So they expect it to be effective on you. And that's just how you torture them. When they do these things to you, be non-reactive. Don't give an emotional response. Just give a blank stare. Be completely cold. Remember, everything that they do, it's done to evoke a reaction from you. No reaction means no supply. And it doesn't really matter what they do. As long as you don't react, it makes no difference. Because all they're really looking for is that reaction. Remember, what narcissists want is what they don't have. I mean, it's the same thing with anyone. What any person wants or desires, it's going to be something that they don't already have. If they've already got it, why would they want it? They want your reaction, your emotional response, because they are emotionally dead inside. That's why they want it. And that's why they always go the wrong way about trying to get it. That's why they coerce you. That's why they try to force it out of you, because they don't have any of that inside of themselves. That's why they want it from you. Nancy Cheryl, the witch, says these things aren't living. You know, I hate to say it. I mean, of course, in many of my videos over the last 5 years, I have tried to humanize these narcissists. I have tried to get people to show some compassion to them. But the reality is, when you really research deep into this topic, you will find that yes, they do lack an identity, a sense of self. All they really have is the false character and the illusion. And other than that, they really have nothing. There is no human part to them. They lack the key components of a human being. They lack effective empathy. So there's really no human side to them. They can put on a good act at times. But yes, when you really look into it, they are really not even living. They're of such a low consciousness and awareness. They're shame-based people. That's why whenever you're around them, they typically project their shame onto you. And then you start to self-loathe. You start to feel bad about yourself. Because what they have is what they have to give. They can't give you something they don't have. You can't get blood from a stone. So when you're around someone who is full of shame, you're going to be feeling a lot of their shame. if you're around them long enough, you will feel emotionally dead inside as well. You will feel like you aren't even living, like you're not even living your life, because you're around someone who is barely even alive. That's why. Get away from them. Go to the park. Go for a walk in the forest. See how alive you feel then. I'm reading all of your comments in the live chat here. I know it's hard sometimes dealing with these narcissists. I mean, of course, it is very important to educate yourself on this topic, because narcissists are everywhere. Wherever you go, you're bound to find another one. It could be at a shop, at the bank. It could be anywhere, and you will find one. And when all of your attention is on someone who is very insecure, they have very low self-esteem, they're emotionally dead inside, of course, these traits will kind of rub off on you. You will get the narcissistic fleas. And that is why sometimes you have to take your attention away from it. Put your focus on something else, something more positive. I mean, what I like to do, which really works for me, is when I'm dealing with a narcissist, I just look in the mirror. I look in my own eyes, because unlike a narcissist, I am full of life. As you can probably tell from watching my videos, there's definitely someone in here. So that tends to work, is when you just put your focus back on yourself. Remind yourself of who you are. And you can even reaffirm to yourself as well. You can tell yourself, yes, this person is miserable. They're no good. They're weak. They have no value. They have nothing to offer other than misery and pain. But what about me? I'm not like that. I'm full of laughter and joy. I'm alive. I have tons of energy. And when you notice that contrast between you and them, it helps you to distance yourself mentally from them. Because the way that they really bring you down and drain the life out of you is by getting you to associate with them. When you associate with darkness, you're going to feel dark. So you need to notice what separates you from them, what makes you different. And when you notice that, you will feel more alive. You will feel better instantly. So yes, I do see some of these sad comments in the live chat. I know people are going through some things. And of course, my life isn't perfect. I have ups and downs as well. I'm not in a good mood 24/7. I go through things as well. But I do hope that this helps. This advice, what's worked for me. I hope the information is useful to you. Because that's all it really is. It's a head game. Everything in life, it's just a mental challenge. I mean, you just got to look at these Buddhist monks who live in the mountains. They isolate themselves from society. They devote themselves. Many of them, they fast, they don't even eat for weeks. And it's the same thing. Runners, people who run marathons, all of these things, it's all just a head game. It's all just in your mind. Whatever the mind believes, it creates your reality. And as I've said before, you could have two people in the exact same situation. One person gets a negative meaning from it. It creates a negative response, a negative effect, a negative situation. And another person could be in that exact same situation, but they give it a positive meaning. And because of that, they get a positive response. And I'm not saying that we should just be toxically, if that's even a word, toxically positive in every situation. Of course, I'm not saying that, but it is true that our beliefs do create our reality. Whatever you believe will be reflected back to you. Anyway, I hope this information was helpful to you. I've given you 5 cruel ways to torture a narcissist. And it can be very powerful. But of course, do take this advice with caution, as narcissists can be very unpredictable. You never know how they might react. And you can show your support by giving this video a thumbs up down below. Very important. It helps the YouTube algorithm. It will get this message out there to help other people as well. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you'd like to donate, you can leave a super chat in the live chat, a super thanks in the comments, or you can donate to my PayPal. It is paypal.me/Narc Survivor. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't subscribed yet. And very important to click that bell icon. If you don't click it, you won't receive the notifications for my future videos. So you won't get a message when I upload a new video. And if you'd like to book a one-on-one with me, that service is available for you. You can talk to me one-on-one through Skype or Zoom. You can book a session with me by going to the website. It is narcsurvivor.co.uk. And you can also check out my Instagram as well. It's Narc Survivor YouTube on Instagram. I have new pictures and videos of my travels every day on there. So follow me on Instagram. You can also send me a message as well. All right, thank you all for joining me on another Narc Survivor live video. I do appreciate you all. Thanks for your support. And as always, I will talk to you in another one very soon.